Coating's doing exactly what we asked it to do. Sorry.
What was that? We think Wayne might have wrecked his lawnmower.
Yeah, he ran over something over there. You probably heard that in the background.
Oh, we up there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that's our buddy Wayne. We think he might have hit a tree or a cow or a donkey. We don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, Wayne, you all right, buddy?
It didn't sound good.
Wayne.
I don't think he's happy.
He don't.
Or he's got his AirPods in.
We're reporting back from channel Pursuit of Reflection. It looks like he is not happy. I repeat, I don't think he's happy. End result of this car. Whew. I think I'm in love. Guys, before we kick off this upload, I got to give a special thank you to Bob Davison Ford in Parkville, Maryland. This is where I purchased a car. The salesperson, Chris, you were amazing. And the service manager, he was also amazing, helped me out with this car. So that will be in a separate upload. There were some things that, some recalls that had to be addressed, and they were right on it. So the customer service, the deal on this car, I can't thank them enough. So guys, I highly recommend them if you're looking for, especially if you're looking for a GT500. They do have a lot of GT500s and also the GT350 Shelbys as well. Guys, welcome back. I hope everybody is having a great day. As always, we're here with Jeff from Pursuit of Reflection. Yeah, as it says.
Hi.
Yeah, right there on the shirt. So we're going to do a top-down breakdown on this GT500 2020 with the handling package. So this is the latest car on the channel, and we will do a full review as far as what this car has, why I got it, what the future plans might be, which I might need your help with some future options. And Jeff is going to go over everything he's done on this car as far as the amazing ceramic coat. And we got to give a shout out to Shy from Custom Clear Tech. He did the PPF, which is absolutely amazing. Link down here or up there if you'd like to see that upload. So let's go over the specs of this 2020 GT500 with the handling package. What makes it so special? What is the future for this car, and why did I buy it? So number one, I want the car that was going to hold its value, something that wasn't built, I don't know, it's controversial, right? So they made about 14,000 of these in the last 3 years. That's with all the colors and variations. Yes, that's not a very low number, but at the same time, it's not an extremely high number. I get it. I understand. There are some cars out there like the ACR Vipers, 1 of 30. That's not one of these cars. Nonetheless, the value is holding on these cars. They are still selling more than retail, and I believe that will continue. So when you're looking at this platform, this is, again, a Shelby GT500. It's by far not to some typical Mustang whatsoever. So the car weighs, unfortunately, right around 4,100 pounds, depending on which spec you decide to go with. The handling package is a little bit lighter. Looking at power numbers, this is making 760 from the factory with 625 pounds of torque. Interesting enough, the motor on this car is a 5.2 liter. This is a cross plane, not a flat plane. Why is that something that's kind of a big deal? Well, the GT350s from Ford, that was a cross plane, a flat plane crank, 5.2 liter. And you guys could do your research. It's kind of funny, but if you look into it, when Ford was introducing the GT350 to Jay Leno, out of all people, he pointed out that that is a Ferrari motor that was, for all intents and purposes, reverse engineered. So when you're looking at a flat plane crank 5.2 liter, it's almost identical same motor that is in the Ferrari. Don't quote me on this. I think it was a 458. So this being a 5.2 liter cross plane, they added a blower to this car. So that's where you're getting the 760 horsepower from this car. It's supposed to shift right around 7,500 RPMs. I've seen it actually hit 8,000 when playing around with the car. In Mexico, of course. So that is absolutely amazing. The transmission in this car, this is a Tremec dual clutch. Similar to the C8 platform, but better. It holds a lot more power as far as torque and horsepower, which currently in stock configuration, the C8 Corvettes cannot do. The clutch packs have to be changed for the transmission to hold that kind of power, let alone throughout the car, the axles and so on and so on. I'm not knocking the C8s, I'm just giving you guys an example. So, the transmission is only a 7-speed instead of an 8-speed, but it is a lot stronger. And after owning two C8s, I can tell you, in my opinion, this transmission is, and I know it's hard to tell, but it is more crisp. There is absolutely no lag. In some settings on the C8, there was a little bit of lag. Transmission trying to find itself. Is that a big deal? Absolutely not whatsoever. So, not knocking a C8 transmission, it is absolutely amazing. I'm just pointing out that this one is a little more redefined and a little stronger. Brakes, you're looking at 16.5-inch rotors with 6-piston calipers from Brembo. These are 20 by 11s in the front, and you're looking at 305 30s. And these are going to be 11.5-inch 315 30s. So one interesting fact about this 5.2 liter cross-plane crank motor, these are hand built. So you will get a plaque of the gentleman or lady who built this car, and it's on a completely different assembly line than any other of the Mustang GTs at the time. Different plant in general. So these cars are very special. When this car first came out, I think a lot of people thought, like the previous GT500s, this was a quarter-mile car. It's not. This car was made for the track. I'll put some links in below, but this car was compared to the 991 GT2 3RS, and they were neck to neck on the track. I'm going to say that again. GT3RS, 991, these were neck to neck on the track as far as times. These are not my words. These are other people that have tested the car, reputable sources. So looking further into this car, it has an X-pipe that comes with this car and a carbon fiber dry shaft, which is absolutely amazing. 5-inch tips in the back. And again, this is all factory. And I can tell you, this car does not need exhaust. And whew, it is loud, especially when you're racing the car. Of course, in Mexico, it's loud. In my opinion, you don't need exhaust. Already comes with the X-pipe. It looks like resonator deletes are on this car. If they're not, I don't know what to tell you, but that's what it looks like. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. And again, carbon fiber dry shaft, which is absolutely epic. Looking further into the specs of this car, the blower on this car is a 2.65 as far as twin screwed supercharger, right? I call it a blower, but it's 2.65. They do have other blowers out there who can make a lot more power. It's not hard to make powers on this. HP Tuners already has, well, it's been a couple years now, right? So HP Tuners has unlocked the ECU in this car. So God knows you can do plenty of tuning on this car, which people already have, but this motor can handle it for days. You can easily make over 1,000 horsepower on this car with no problem whatsoever. And the clutch packs transmission, well, at 1,000 horsepower, I don't know where the brake is, but at 1,000 horsepower or so, and the clutch packs transmission is still good. Obviously, the beefed up axles, and everything on this car, you're not going to have any problems. It'd be very, very easy to make that kind of power with this car. Pretty amazing that you're looking at a car with this kind of performance and this weight, and it's built for handling. Quarter mile is right around 10.5. They announced at the time 10.7, but these cars have done right around 10.5 in a quarter mile at anywhere from 133 to 135 in the quarter mile. That's a 9-second more mile per hour in the quarter mile. But again, this car is kind of heavy. The car is not made for quarter mile from what Ford claims. This is a car made for the track. So pretty impressive. 0 to 60 is about 3.3. Interesting enough, the C7 ZR1, these specs are almost identical. That's also about 3.0 to 3.3 at 0 to 60. Although the ZR1 obviously is a different car in itself. It's not a dual clutch. It's a lot lighter. I'm talking about the specs. The specs, horsepower is pretty similar between the both of them. I believe the Chevy has more torque. But when you're looking at quarter mile, these cars with the ZR1 are pretty freaking close. So this car in itself, it's just an animal. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It also comes with its own catch can with the handling package, which is pretty awesome because if you know anything about catch cans and motors, normally you have to drain those. In this case, it recycles back through the motor. That way, when you're getting G-forces when you're racing it, you're not getting oil coming out your throttle body or any other place in the motor where it's not supposed to be. So from the factory installed catch can, it's recyclable, is pretty freaking awesome if you're asking me. It also comes with adjustable camber plates in this car as well. so you get your toe ends set up properly for the track, and that comes with the handling package. This does have the competition seats, as you can see here, and these are Recaro's, excellent seats, and it comes with the carbon fiber track package. Carbon fiber option as well. This carbon fiber is absolutely beautiful. So now, as you can tell, there is a back seat. And of course, this comes with the canards in the front and the extended front splitter as well. Jeff, take it away.
All right. Once Shai was done doing his film work, so the entire front of this thing is full PPF from the fender and hood forward, bumpers, headlights. We also then added the roof to protect those nice stripes. And also the trunk is also filmed, so the amount of money somebody spent to paint these stripes on, we want to make sure those things are protected. This car is protected from top to bottom. Once he was finished, after all the paint correction was done, all the paint has been protected with a 10-year coating from Fireball, and also the wheels are done with a ceramic coating from Fireball, and we're going to do a demonstration of what the stuff does today.
So yeah, I want to explain what that is. So right now, these wheels are extremely dirty. And we'll go over all these brakes in detail because 16.5-inch Brembos is just absolutely ridiculous. But I've been driving this car a lot, so Jeff is going to show you guys what the benefit of this coating is. So just explaining why they are so filthy as we speak.
Well, we've got weeks of brake dust. This thing, as far as you haven't washed it since I've done it,
I
right?
haven't touched this car since it's been PPF and ceramic coated.
So the one thing about coatings is it helps when you give them time to cure. So the wheel coatings, for the most part, will cure pretty fast. The paint coating, the 10-year rated coating, it could take a couple weeks to cure. So we try not to go too heavy with any heavy washings. And the nice thing is, if you can, bring it back and let me do the first wash on it, and I'll check the coating and make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Right, that's what we're doing now.
So this will be the very first wash on this, and we're going to see how this wheel responds. There's going to be no wheel cleaner used on these. This is just soap and water, nothing else. And another problem with these wheels is you can't even get a pinky between that caliper and that rim.
Yeah, let me show that. So a lot of people don't know, and this is kind of like what we're going to talk about in the specs, what makes this car so special. So again, these are 20-inch wheels. I believe these are 11-inch, 20 by 11s in the front, and these are 305s. So these are massive tires. Now with these brakes being six piston rotors, calipers with 16.5-inch brakes, you can see how close, or maybe you can't, but how close that is to the wheel, which is absolutely insane. So unfortunately for people like Jeff who has to work on this car, it is extremely hard to get these wheels off without hitting those rotors.
This one I didn't put on the lift. I jacked it up just a couple inches off the ground. And not to mention the depth, these lug nuts are recessed. You got to make sure you have protection on whatever lug wrench you're using. And I slide them off the car without hitting the
It's insane.
cone. It is really hard to do. And then once it's done, all the wheels were polished because they did have some wear and tear on them from being used.
Right.
The calipers were polished on the faces and anywhere I can reach with a polisher, and then prepped and coated. So the calipers have also been coated. The wheels are coated inside and out. And
Still can't get over how tight that is.
Yeah, you can't get anything in there. There's no way to get in there with any type of cleaner. You almost have to do this wheel in 2 stages. But we're going to see with just soap and water how clean they'll get with a little bit of agitation, and see how much dirt actually comes out behind that caliper with just simply hosing it off. And we also learned a valuable lesson with these big brakes.
Oh yeah, yeah, we did.
Yeah, if you're going to use wheel cleaner on these, and these things sat for a couple of days without this car moving, typically it's not uncommon to see some rust on your rotors. And
surface rust.
It's just going to be surface rust. As soon as you drive, the car disappears, and a lot of times you'll see some little brown specks from it. It's no big deal. It happens. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, I think because these pads are so massive, they were glued to these rotors to the point where we couldn't move the car. And after several attempts on that plastic floor, the front ones were locked up, the rear ones were not. I had to put a little bit of soap and water down in between the brakes to get them to break free.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so
No,
you saw what
sir.
it looked like before, and just by spraying it, look how well
You
this
could see the dirt
coating
running off.
works. It's so crazy. Absolutely love it. Nothing's wiped off yet. Just spraying it, and look at this. I mean, nothing. It's just so crazy. So it went from this. Look how dirty that is. To one spray to that with this ceramic coat. That's why, besides protecting your rim, ceramic coat is awesome. And which ceramic coat is this?
So this is it's called Talon by Fireball. It'll last you, depending on what you do with your wheels, anywhere from about a year or so.
Yeah.
They don't really give a rating for it because it all depends on how harsh you are on your wheel. If you're going to go out track day or something where you're going to get some really hot brake dust on it, you could wear through this coating a little bit faster
Right.
than just regular daily driving. So we don't get a rating on it. Usually you just watch it. When it stops doing what you see there, it may be time to repolish
Right.
and reapply.
So Jeff, as I finished doing all his magic on this car, and end result, what do you think?
Coating's doing exactly what we asked it to. Sorry.
What was that? We
That
think
was-
Wayne might have wrecked his lawnmower.
Yeah, he ran over something over there. You probably heard that in the background.
All the way up there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that's our buddy Wayne. We think he might have hit a tree or a cow or a donkey. We don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Hey,
I
Wayne,
don't
you
know.
all right, buddy?
It didn't sound good.
Wayne.
I don't think he's happy.
You know,
Or he's got his AirPods in.
we're reporting back from channel Pursuit of Reflection. It looks like he is not happy. I repeat, I don't think he's happy. Okay, guys, back to this. So Jeff dried everything, doing the first clean on this after he ceramic coated and shied at the PPF. But what do you got to say?
Coating is working exactly what we want it to do. It's beating amazingly. Water just runs right off the car like we ask it to. We blow dry the car clean or dry, and that usually gets off about 90% of the water. And then I go over lightly with a little bit of a product Fireball uses, L9 microfiber.
Where's all your products? Are these your products over here?
So one of the things I use today, this is a general, kind of like their detail spray, is if I have anything left over, especially today since it was crazy hot, and
God,
it
it
did
was
leave,
hot.
it left a couple water spots where I had to wipe them off. They just wiped right off, so the coating's doing exactly what we want. And I mean, just look at it.
End result of this car. Whew. I think I'm in love.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time. Remember the scratch under the wing? I
Oh,
was
yeah.
able to get all that.
Yeah.
That had to be sanded out. So, I mean, I think we got the paint about as perfect as we're going to get it.
I agree.
And now the
I
goal
mean, this is a
just,
pre-owned car. It's not new.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is, I tell my customers try not to touch the car as much as possible. Water, soap, some
Right.
type of lubricant. And the less you touch it, the less chance you're going to put some swirl marks, you're marring in it. And it's going to keep it looking like this for a long time. So I'm happy with it.
We're going to call it a day. We will see you at the next upload. It looks like Wayne has survived his tragic lawnmower incident over there, if you guys could see him. It turns out he ran out of gas and did not run into a tree. But I don't know. We kind of thought he ran into a tree. So, Jeff, you want to say goodbye?
Thank you for coming by again. Let me wash this thing. I appreciate it.
Yes,
And
sir.
See you later.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next upload. See ya.